Hey everybody, what's up? Emerald Gamer here, and just want to give a quick little update slash notice to say, hey, welcome to Final Fantasy Month, because we're here, year 2. We're here, baby. Before the video started, you saw or you might even be seeing, it's hard to tell what I'm going to do in the future. You're probably seeing the new updated thumbnail for all the videos at this point, or whatever. But, yeah, enjoy looking at that, because made by Donovan Diamond Gamer himself. Give him some applause. And I'm not editing applause, I'm just doing it there. And then, yeah, so there we go. Going into the video now, talking about scheduling. I'm going to divide this up. YouTube. What are we doing on YouTube, you may ask? Well, on YouTube it's a little bit of a mixture of a lot of things. Obviously Final Fantasy X is going to be our central point. I don't know how to fucking put that. But the main focus until when we get later into the schedule is going to be Final Fantasy X. And that's mostly because it's just perfect to bring it out after a long break. It's a great game. It's binge-worthy. The game is so binge-worthy. Like, just even to watch playthroughs or whatever. And there's not too many on YouTube now that I've kind of found that are, like, super relevant or, like, super new. A lot of them were from, like, 8 years ago or 9 years ago. So it's kind of nice to bring, like, a good, like, little refresher just sort of playthrough. Even if we are just, like, a small channel. I think it's pretty important. Other than that, we're finding not bad ways to play games. That's not bad reasons or bad ways, but we're finding not a lot of content left to do relating to Final Fantasy on the channel, and it's kind of proven to be a challenge because we don't want to have 60 billion 60-hour games, 60-hour RPGs on the channel running all at the same time. Will never finish. None of those playthroughs will ever finish ever if we do it like that. So we're kind of splitting it off with just Final Fantasy X as the Final Fantasy game that we play. And then the rest of it is going to be Square Enix or Final Fantasy related stuff, which is kind of neat. I figured it would be more of a refreshing way to do it, considering that having that much Final Fantasy might be an overload on somebody who's not really into all that stuff. So yeah, I feel like it'll be more interesting. We're counting Fortune Street, the last 2 episodes, there's 2 episodes remaining of Fortune Street. We're going to be counting those I can't speak! We're counting those as Final Fantasy Month videos whenever they come out. And we're having to do a replay, like a redo, a mulligan type of thing. Because whenever we get to the last episode of the Fortune Street episode, or the first playthrough of Fortune Street, it's not going to be pretty. So we're doing a replay through, and that's gonna count, I guess. We're gonna try and make it as much Square Enix related as possible, but yeah, it's literally just Monopoly but more confusing. And we didn't know how to play the game, and we took way too much time, and we actually ran out of time, and Carlos had to leave. So yeah, you'll see more of that whenever it's time. But anyway, moving on. So that's about it. Square Enix, Final Fantasy related things. However, there are a few games that are coming out, and I mean like a few games, like a handful, like literally, that come out within the week, the last week of January, or the second to last week of January, maybe even both. And it's kind of a clusterfuck, because none of them are even remotely Square Enix related at all, at least not that I know of. And we gotta play them. We've all been excited for those games. I'm not gonna wait 2 weeks just to do it. Like, we're gonna at least stream those games, and there's definitely gonna be at least 1 or 2 or 3 uploads that are involving that, like just those games. Just naming off a few: Dragon Ball FighterZ, Monster Hunter World. That is. Yakuza 6 comes out. I think it's 6, isn't it? Is it 6 or 7? I don't know. But I don't remember. But Yakuza comes out. I've been super into those games. That is definitely going to be at least like a One Life Left or something. Like, I'm going to strive to do that. Also, the Pokemon competitive season, as of this video, starts in 2 days. So there's going to be definitely a vlog at the very least, and then we're going to be doing a lot of gamer speaks, and maybe even like its own like a competitive Pokemon like podcast type of thing. We already have one episode recorded, or we had one episode recorded. Unfortunately, it was lost, which is absolutely stupid because it was really good. And basically, just those podcasts involve either just us talking, or just us talking and playing Showdown, or planning something out, or strategizing, or whatever. If you don't know what Pokemon Showdown is, like a simulator thing. But other than that, like those like things that I just named off, it's Final Fantasy month, and I'm gonna try and give those games at least some focus, at least during the time that they're out, and then maybe like do some streams, because streaming is easy. Like streaming does not take a lot of effort. I can play a lot of games within the time frame that I have to stream, so that's not an issue. So going into the Twitch sort of thing. By the way, follow us on Twitter for those for those stream updates, like stream announcements, stream updates. And then if YouTube fucks up for you and you don't get notifications, I literally post every single upload to Twitter, so you can just kind of like get those as you can. Oh god, sneeze! Oh, not the time to sneeze. Nose. Ah! Okay. Whew. Okay. Sneeze is gone. Okay, Twitch time. What's on the menu? We're done with Final Fantasy 15. I'm sorry, but we might be streaming it again, but it's just gonna be me. Colton might be joining me, but I'm not too sure. But we beat the game some time ago. I think it was a month ago at this point, month or two, and I don't have the Platinum Trophy on PlayStation, so I'm gonna strive to do that because it was easy. Might be doing it on New Game Plus, I don't know. Final Fantasy X Part 2, I'm going to be streaming that and actually figuring out how the game works. I might even make a new save file. I don't know. I might just run through the game by myself just to figure out how the game fucking works. Because playing the game backseat is much different than playing the game front seat, I guess. Playing the game driver's seat. But whenever we get there, which is going to be relatively soon, I'm going to be doing a Final Fantasy X stream on Blitzball, my own personal save file. That way I may or may not be able to fuck it up. I might even speedrun the game up to the point where we can do Blitzball, and then just in case something fucks up or whatever. But we'll get that figured out pretty soon. Next off of that is... oh god, I'm running out of time. Gotta hurry. Next off of that is I'll do pretty much... Final Fantasy 14, which is going to be no later than January 16th. Or no earlier than January 16th. I don't know if it'll be after that. Like I figure it'll be at least like Tuesday night of January 16th. Like it'll be the night of, just because of the fact that like you have to pay for that game, like subscriptions, paychecks come in, like sort of thing. So we're just kind of flowing it that way, just so everyone like can handle their subscription fee and not have to like worry about all that. And then it also goes for me because it's a day off for me, so I can stream that pretty well. So that'll be that. I think that's everything. I might stream, well other than streaming the clusterfuck of games that are coming out that are gonna make me broke as hell, by the way. But other than that, I think that is it. Oh yeah, crap. These I had to crack my knuckles. Made me remember. For Final Fantasy January last year, I'm gonna call the past one Final Fantasy January. But last year we sort of decided on that we were gonna do like specialty videos, like top 10s and reviews and stuff. We didn't end up doing those just because we didn't have enough time. But this year we have enough time, and I actually have 3 of the 4 of them planned out. And 3 of the 4 of them is just because Dissidia, their spin-off fighting game, is coming out on the 30th, and the last video is going to be like a review of that game when it comes out, followed by an entire week of that game being on the channel and streaming and all that. So it's gonna be a fun time, or at least until I get super bored of the game, unless the game is just awful somehow. I don't believe it will be. But starting off on, I think the videos are always going to be on either Mondays or Sundays, the specialty videos. But they are going to be like reviews and top 10s, obviously. We're starting with Final Fantasy 15 1 year later review, because there's a lot of shit that happened between its release and now. So we're doing a Final Fantasy 15 1 year later review, a look at it, and then followed by top 10, another review of some kind, and then a review of Final Fantasy Dissidia. I forget what it's actually. I don't know if it's a working title still or not. Somehow, I think it's just called Final Fantasy Dissidia. I'm pretty sure, but I could be completely wrong. Who knows? But other than that, that's all I have. I've been talking a little bit too long, and I don't want to do another take of this because I've been messing up quite a bit. Your boy Emerald Gamer is just as good as the voiceovers as he always been. I probably messed that sentence up, but I don't care. Other than that, just remember to follow us on Twitch. Especially for this month, follow us on Twitter. Definitely, if you got a Twitter, honestly, you should probably make use of it and follow @MineralGamers, because that shit is great. I'm always active on Twitter, but I'm never posting anything sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll go dormant, but I'm always on Twitter, so if you ever see me doing whatever, or see me on or whatever, I'm always up for a conversation. I'll talk about whatever. Also, if you have any questions or anything, we'll be able to answer it. But other than that, if you enjoyed this and you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and especially if you're excited for the month. I keep messing around with my hands behind the microphone and it's fucking making noises. But feel free to subscribe if you're excited for what is to come, and especially if you're new, you can check out last year's Final Fantasy month, which is pretty good. Like, it was lackluster, and I'm lying, sort of, but it was pretty good. Like, I don't know. It's content to watch. But, other than that, thank you for watching, and I hope y'all a happy Final Fantasy month. And, to hopes it will go well. If it doesn't go well this year, we're canceled.